Okay, we're going to continue our build with the V8 engine, port number 2. We're going to be going from 6 all the way to number 10 step on the Revell V8 engine. So let's get busy with the build. Okay, we're going to continue with step number 6. We'll build this visible V8 engine. And this step we're going to be putting in the crankshaft. So, who's in the making sure we line up the timing mechanism. So, I went ahead and made sure I deburred all of these little spots that came on the off of the screws. It's nice and smooth in here. You have to do that. Now, there's a couple of spots. I'm going to find the front of the motor. Whoa. The top of the camera done moved. Huh. How did that happen? Okay, so this is a very important part. There is a line. It's not any of these lines. The line right here by the teeth. There's a line. And this as well. It just simply goes in, but you have to line up these lines. So I'm going to put this one at the top like that. And then line this one up right there. And I'm going to show you on the camera. Get this crazy thing in here. Boy, I remember doing this. Oh. We had to, one day my brother had a bright idea of putting a new motor in his truck. And I remember lining up these lines. So the lines are right here, one there. They have to line up just straight, but nothing will work. Those are the timing lines. This is like building a real motor. And yeah, well, except for one little part. I can see, do not put any glue on the shaft. I can lift this motor by my hand. The other one was done with the chain balls and come-alongs and a motor jack. But we didn't measure the roof right. So it's quite a problem. I mean the carport roof. Now this little piece, I just don't glue the shaft part, but I glued this in place because it kept falling down, and well, I was tired of fighting with it. So we'll come back and we'll continue the work on step number 6. Okay, back over here with step 6. Looking at 12 goes on this side and 9 goes on this side, and they basically just slot right in and cover up the pistons. And then we gotta put this little thing on here. So we did that. Kind of tape my gear in place until I'm ready, because the timing get messed up. And now we'll move to port 7 right here. Okay, we're back with port 7. Well, I had to do some sanding to get this piece to work right. But this is port 77, and this would be port 79. And so you don't go nuts. This port was loose, and that's port 78. Then you move on down and you find port 36, which is the gray piece. And you got to get I forgot to get the fur off of this. So in theory, and it doesn't tell us to glue or do anything at this point. It just shows us how it all goes together. And the rule of thumb here, now I'll put some oil right here because I had to sand this piece down because it just was not playing nicely to come in here at all. It was it was getting aggravated. Okay, so that goes in there, and then this goes at the bottom right here. Now, it hasn't told us to glue anything, so that's how that part goes. I guess at some point we're going to need this part, and I'm going to tell you the minute you let go, it falls to pieces. So that's it. Well, now we're going to go mosey ourselves on to port 8. Now look, it's our friend from port 77 is going to come along over here. That should be a hoot. Okay. And get the motor over, and I got to find a couple of ports. I'm going to find port 76. Port 14 should be really easy to find. It's big. And I noticed they had the do not glue. And now they do have some ports that we do have to glue. And they're the ports with E. The one store. Okay. Like that port. Definitely don't do that port. I think I can follow that. I think I can. Now let me go gather the parts. And we'll come back and we'll do port 8, we'll do 9, and we'll end off with number 10 for this video. And then the next one will go, and then we've got 20 of them, so we'll go 11 through 15. Okay, we'll be. Okay, we're back. Now, let me tell you, folks. I thought I had the camera on. I'm sorry, I didn't. But I refused to unscrew this thing. This that port we were fooling with in port 7. Screws in here. And now this is set in place. Now, the directions do not say to glue this. Yeah? Well, guess what? To hell with it. I'm gluing it. That thing keeps falling off. I think somebody was a little bit tipsy when they wrote some of these directions. Jeez, on Pete's. Yeah, I've been building models for going over 20 years. I know Pete's gonna see he needs to be glued because it keeps falling off. And if it keeps falling off, I'm gonna want to get deterred with it. I ain't gonna glue everything, but I'm gonna just put some glue right here at the top of this. There. And it can, settle its nerves. It got my nerves all bad. And my mama just called me. Oh, the ongoing saga between her. You see what I mean? Her and that roommate. Oh, good Lord have mercy. Oh, my mom. I guess, I'm not going to call it a hat. My mother's in a nursing home. And I really don't like that. But at this time in my life, there's nothing I can do about it. But she got this roommate that's just mean as hell. And she refuses to put her TV down. So what my mother does is calls me and complains about it, which I understand. And I gotta figure a way to talk to the administrator. I'm gonna move to the owner. Maybe then. I just don't understand. She don't have to have a TV that loud. I think the solution to this is I'm gonna get her one of those headphones my mama puts on her head. And you're gonna have to hear this. Anyhow, back to the bill. I'm sorry. I got interrupted. She just called me, so my nerves are shut with it. Oh, man. And we'll go just like that. And got to hold it here for a couple of seconds and let it glue itself on there. Because this one they did say put the glue on. There's no other way of doing it. I'll get this thing glued on there, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we're back. That has finally glued itself in. I placed the piece that we worked on in ports, I think it's 6, in here. Now, move on over to, yeah, it's port 7, excuse me. Now we just simply push this on top. It tells us not to glue anything, so this is port 14, and then I glued in port 76. And that was port 85, which is glued. Now we're back square. Next section, this is port 117, and this fits in the back of 117, and this is port 116. Okay, now, taking our next section over, this is port 13. This is port 131, which has been glued in place, and this is 132. What I want to point out for 132, there is a key way and a key. Got to line this up with the keyway and the key. Now, the directions does not say glue. Oh my goodness, I'm spit my glue. That's gonna get messed up. But every time I go put it in a molly, it falls off. So I is gonna glue it. I want to make sure, don't glue this part. Okay, it's gonna have to spin. If I'm in error, we'll know later. I'm gonna glue it in. And it says rotation at the top, and that's how you know you got it. And let this dry, and then we're gonna come back. A lot of stopping and editing. Well, that's what happens with these. You got to glue them in. It takes time to dry. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do this thingamajig, which we already done. This is port 141, 142. Glue it together. Put the back on and make sure it lines up with the curves. So this is done already. And that's going to go right here into the model. And then we're going to assemble the pieces we just built. And that'll complete this video. But I'll let that port dry for now. And we'll come back and put it all in. And hope to goodness grief everything works up and lines up. Okay, let's head to just a moment here for a moment. The son of a guns in the direction 10 turned the thing upside down on me. And I'm like, holy mackerel, what happened here? We were working, but it never tells you to turn the model up. It turned the model upside down, and when it did that, well, naturally everything worked out. But for a moment there, I thought I had the thing on the wrong side. And there's a keyhole and a key. You got to line this port up. It's port 116 with the keyhole and the key. Make sure you do that. And there we are. That's the part that kind of got me. I'm like, it's not lining up. What happened? So, I'm like, oh boy, isn't that something? I'm sure glad everything worked out. Okay, so we got some screws to put in. And one, two, and looks like number 3 over here. These are all going to be long screws. So 1, 2, 3. I said, because something not right. I'm sure the air conditioning will fix. You can hear it in the background. Having a very low tone. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Those are the long screws. I'm going to go ahead and put those in now before we do the next section. I'll get a screw started here. Yep, I'm going to have to replace the air conditioner. Well, it's time. I'm going to tell you what, if there's ever a house to go on the show, this old house, oh, my house was built in 1815. That's what they said. I don't know. I mean, it's that old. The house is old. Oh, this house is old. It's a monster. I think it's time to move. I can even before this house breaks down, goes in the car. Oh, let's see. Ooh. Oh, now what? Even get bothered on the weekend. Please. I'm just doing it. Get my hair moved. Okay. One. Okay, good. All that's kind of settled in place. Now we got two short screws. And that's where these things come out. I'm going to have to go to the side camera, reposition the camera so y'all can see this. Okay, folks, I had to go ahead and install it because there's just no way my hands are going to be able to film this. But this is where it goes, and we'll turn it like it was. You gotta look over here. You have a screw and a bolt, and a screw and a bolt over here, and that's what holds it in place. So in the end, this is what we're looking at as a finished product of our build up to number 10. Ooh. Well, that's part 2 of the Revell V8 engine. Yeah, well, it's something. Like I said, building it for a great dear friend of mine, so it's worth it. Don't forget, we got the next series of a 4-part series. So please subscribe, like, and comment, and keep following me. We got 2 more videos to go till we complete this, and then we're going to end it with the actual delivery to my friend. And in the last video, I'll tell you her story of how this V8 engine came to be, a long trip back to her. And I'm very proud to be able to do it for her. Until next time, may the good news be yours.
Thank you for watching.